when I talk to Bud, I kind of like, he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability, and he's very convincing.
Terence Crawford, Canelo.
Yeah, I believe Terence Crawford is going to be in top shape, and I believe he's good enough to outpoint Canelo. But I believe the power would be a challenge, if you will. So I'm going to say Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford?
Because I think Terence Crawford is the best boxer in the world.
The tool set that like Crawford brings to the table, it's so diverse, it's so well-rounded against Canelo, who is a bit of a rinse and repeat thing, right? You know what you're going to get from him constantly, and Crawford always seems to find the...
Boxing experts are sounding alarms for Canelo Alvarez as he prepares to face the elusive Terence Crawford. While Canelo is famous for his granite chin, precise knockout power, and vicious body shots that have broken down opponents, many insiders warn that Crawford's quickness and tactical sharpness may change the outcome.
What y'all gonna see in this fight with Bud Crawford versus Canelo is, one, he beat Errol Spence. And Biz thought Spence would win. That lets you know. And he walks around 186. 186? Him fighting at 168 ain't moving up. No way. He's gonna be bigger, stronger, better wrestler, quicker, more skillful, best footwork, a great chin. And the fight that he had with Madrimov, do you understand how shifty and tricky Madrimov is? With Madrimov, the tricks and the shiftiness that he displayed against Ortiz had Ortiz boggled. Madrimov only lost to Ortiz because that's how tricky he is. That was the trick. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it.
Dimitri Bivol, the lone fighter to defeat Canelo Alvarez in recent years, has shared his game plan for Crawford to replicate. Bivol stresses that Crawford must adapt to the force and pressure at 168 pounds, pointing out the higher division comes with a tougher physical toll. Equally important, he says Crawford's mental strength must be just as sharp as his conditioning. Fear or hesitation, he cautions, can break a fighter down. Confident in Crawford's awkward rhythm, southpaw and orthodox versatility, Bivol believes Bud has the tools to counter Canelo's weapons.
Would you give the blueprint to Terence to beat Canelo Alvarez?
Just need to do his job, what he's doing well. You know, he's changing his stance, he's moving a lot, you know, he's keeping distance. Like this he could win, of course, not with changing punches with him.
Who do you think has more power out of the two?
Canelo, of course, he got used to this weight class more than Crawford. He needs to get used to this power, even he's big.
So how does Canelo beat Crawford? Do you think that's a stoppage?
He could beat him, he could stop him. It could happen anyhow, you know, from both of the sides. And Canelo, of course, will try to find some hard fight.
Crawford insists his biggest asset isn't knockout power, but his fight IQ and adaptability. In recent interviews, he explained that beating Canelo doesn't require a stoppage, just a smarter strategy. He intends to study Alvarez early, adjust as the fight develops, and exploit openings. Crawford highlighted his stance switches, feints, and timing as ways to disrupt Canelo's pressure and turn him into a moving target.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as him. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see the fight?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always have respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do about it come fight
And
night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
but look, it's
All
gonna
right.
be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm
I
different.
see you too.
You see I'm
I see
different
you.
than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
You
see.
know it.
We'll see. We'll
We
see.
gonna
son.
see.
Hall of Famer Andre Ward has backed Crawford in the super middleweight battle against Canelo. Despite acknowledging the difficult two-division jump, Ward firmly stated, "I'm going with Terence Crawford. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against anybody right now." He urged skeptics to recognize Crawford's unshakable will and elite ring IQ, making him nearly impossible to outthink.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
But in terms of his resume, the opponents that he fought, right? And people say he fought this name and fought that name. Where did he fight that name when he fought him? He 32. He coming off 2 losses. He 35. Kovalev, when he fought Kovalev was cooked. He wasn't the crusher. He wasn't the undefeated guy. He had lost that. And I'm not knocking the hustle, but you lose me when you start saying I'm the best fighter in the world. Or you lose me when you feel like you don't have to fight the best, but then everybody else got to fight the best. Canelo is a really good fighter, man. But you don't really know how good you are until you fight the other best. Like even Dimitri Bivol, the dude you lost to. You got to give him credit for going up in weight, but I feel like he miscalculated though.
Former two-division champion Sean Porter feels the fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is more even than most expect. Calling it a true 50-50 matchup, Porter emphasized Crawford's length, height, ring control, and sharp combinations as major assets. He urged fans not to focus only on power and size. Porter also added that while Canelo is still a dangerous opponent, he is not the same fighter he was 3 or 4 years ago.
Say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, you know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean?
David Benavidez views this fight as more than hype, a defining turning point in boxing today. He respects Crawford's intelligence and adaptability, saying if anyone can beat Canelo, it's him. Still, he cautioned that moving up brings heavy physical demands. Benavidez even rated Crawford's chances at 70%, crediting his tactical smarts and potential to hurt Canelo if he fully adjusts to the super middleweight power.
Does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Crawford's a little guy, you know. He's coming up 2 divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez, and you think he's going to go toe-to-toe with Canelo? Come on, man. You know, Terence Crawford's a great fighter, really good fighter, but that's too much weight for him. So he's going to try to survive and move around and try to win the round. That's what's going to happen. I think Canelo at this stage right now, his legs are not the same. You know, the body's not responding the same. So I think he's going to have problems trying to catch Terence Crawford, to be honest with you. And I think it's going to be the same fight. You know, I think it's going to be a boring fight. It's going to. I'm hoping that, you know, it's a little bit exciting because I heard that Canelo was the worst fight ever on pay-per-view to throw the less punches in history. So we're hoping to see a great fight, a good fight, but that matchup is not a matchup to be excited.
4-division champion Mikey Garcia confidently predicts Crawford can outthink Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. While acknowledging Canelo's natural size and strength, Garcia argued that Crawford's sharper boxing IQ and versatility give him the edge.
I think Crawford is going to win.
I think he's going to box him, Garcia explained, stressing Crawford's skills and mental game even after a year of inactivity. He trusts Crawford to dictate the fight with movement and strategy, even against a bigger opponent.
Different situation, different opponents, different styles of fighting. So it's not. I can't really quite compare the fight, side by side. But it does face challenges. Every time you move up in weight, fighters are bigger, naturally bigger. They can take a bigger punch. They can give a better punch too. They're heavier. But this is a different matchup. Canelo's not as fast, not as aggressive. He kind of goes on cruise control. He's not one to use his strength and size to dominate all the time. Sometimes, like I say, just cruise control, which allows Crawford, I think, to fight a little bit more comfortable. Crawford's IQ, I think, is superb. So I'm actually thinking he might pull it off.
If you were Crawford, how would you fight Canelo?
Box, counter punch, box, switch, from left-handed to right-handed, just make it complicated for Canelo and win a decision. You're not going to hurt him, so win a decision.
So who do you think is going to win?
I think Crawford's going to win.
Crawford?
I think Crawford's going to win.
By decision?
By decision.
What happens when he takes a shot from Canelo? One of those uppercuts from Munguia or those...
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, fuck this, I'm boxing. And goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. Fuck it, you're gonna go in there and collect the fucking paycheck at that point.
Right.
You're not gonna go get hurt.
Right.
What good is it to get fucking 20, 30 million if you are fucking hurt physically, end up in the hospital and hurt just physically, life-changing, you don't want that shit.
But you think Canelo can hurt him with life-changing?
Sure, he's not big, fool. One punch could fucking knock him out bad enough to hurt his eye socket or detached retina. You never fucking know. So no one wants that shit.
Crawford said if he beats him, he's in the top 3 GOATs of all time.
Oh, for sure. If Crawford beats Canelo, then for sure. Give him all the fucking props in the world, bro. And he actually does have a chance. It's not like he doesn't have a chance. Don't be too surprised if he fucking pulls it off in the decision.
8-division legend Manny Pacquiao has shared thoughtful insight on the Canelo vs. Crawford showdown. Acknowledging the huge challenge of Crawford stepping up to face an established champion, Pacquiao said the outcome won't depend on raw power alone. While giving Canelo credit, he advised Crawford to focus on speed, style, and sharpness, calling those the keys to victory.
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
You're the best ever.
Thank you guys.
Amir Khan, one of the few fighters to face both Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, strongly favors Crawford. He recalled how Crawford's footwork and intelligence made him almost untouchable, in contrast to Canelo's power-based style. Khan believes that if Crawford avoids Canelo's heavy punches, he can win decisively. Praising Crawford's timing, precision, and slickness, Khan argued this is the perfect moment for him to outbox the Mexican star, given Canelo's recent inconsistency.
That Crawford could beat him, because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good...
ESPN's outspoken analyst Stephen A. Smith didn't hesitate when asked for his pick in this mega fight. Without doubt, he chose Terence Crawford. Repeating his choice multiple times, Smith said while he admires Canelo, he believes Crawford will outpoint him on the scorecards. He acknowledged Canelo's legendary power, but argued that a mobile, technical boxer can neutralize it.
With Crawford's speed, stance changes, and slick movement, Smith sees him as the most skilled disruptor Canelo has ever faced.
You got a love for boxing.
Yes,
Who gonna win the fight, man? That's coming up, the biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing.
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
When I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
It's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yeah.
That's not beating Crawford. I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's gonna go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always ready.
Always prepared.
He's always ready.
He's
Always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster. But he ain't.
Rising Olympian Omari Jones, fresh off an impressive 2024 campaign and undefeated pro debut, has boldly picked Terence Crawford. Speaking with TMZ Sports, Jones predicted Crawford will decisively beat Canelo Alvarez when they meet at Allegiant Stadium on September 13, 2025. He praised Crawford's disciplined weight gain, brutal training, and fierce determination as signs he is ready to shock the boxing world.
I just feel like Crawford, he just has the grit, and like me personally meeting Crawford several times, it's like the man is just so competitive. It's like I don't even have to say nothing to him. He'll just like, man, when we sparring, it's like his competitiveness is always gonna put him over the edge, and then he just has that like, I'm not gonna let you bully me, or his skill set. I know they talk about Charlo when Charlo moved up, but I feel like it may be a little bit different for Canelo this time around because Crawford took the weight, the moving up in weight classes serious. He did the diet and he did the training. So I feel like when you put in work like that, it's a win.
Trainer Bill Haney has been fiery in his comments on the fight. He claimed Crawford will dismantle Canelo, calling him the best boxer alive and dismissing arguments about size or reputation. Still, Haney also cautioned Crawford to be vigilant, not only in the ring but regarding potential doping issues tied to Canelo's camp.
Crawford, what's your breakdown of the fight?
Huh?
Canelo against Crawford, what's your breakdown?
Man, when you talking about these big fights, you whispering. You talking, huh? You said Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. That's the biggest fight, you know what I mean, in boxing right now. Canelo and Crawford. Crawford stepping up. Man, it's so big, you got Muhammad over there saying something about it. That's how big it is. It came off the bench from the 60s, right, Muhammad? You go back in the 60s? Yeah, well, listen. Canelo is big. And shout out to Crawford stepping up. But does Crawford have to be worried about more things than just boxing? Uh-oh. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Let's go. I didn't say he has to do any accusing, nor we would do that, but I'm saying is, let's worry. If you watch what happened to Devin, Devin just came out and said the damage is done after the fight. You can never go and repair that. So let's be cautious, let's be prepared, and at the very least, join 365 Nevada, 365 drug testing like Devin is doing.
Jose Benavidez Jr. made a bold claim, calling Crawford a beast and backing him to beat Canelo at super middleweight. He praised Crawford's unpredictability, stance switches, and intelligence, stressing that his mental focus is on winning, not surviving. While admitting Canelo holds a size advantage, Benavidez insisted that size alone doesn't win fights, and Crawford has what it takes to outthink and outclass him.
Counting Crawford out, Crawford's he's smart, he knows what he's doing. Canelo, you know, I mean, he's not that big of a guy. He obviously weighs more, but I mean, you can't take nothing from Crawford. He goes in there to win. So I mean, I feel like it'd be a good fight. You know, it sucks that my brother didn't get the opportunity, but I mean, only Canelo knows why it didn't happen. And he's got to keep moving forward. You know, got to keep moving forward. But it's gonna be a good fight to watch. I got Crawford on this one. The thing with him, he adjusts. He's a smart motherfucker. He adjusts. He's not only does he switch from southpaw to orthodox, but he's just a smart. He has a high IQ in boxing, you know, and that's what I feel like. All these fighters that go in there to fight Canelo, they already go in there scared, is what I believe, you know, which already beats him, you know. So Crawford's gonna go in there to not gonna go in there to fucking. So I mean, I have it going Crawford, bro. To be honest with you.
WBO lightweight champion Keyshawn Davis strongly sides with Terence Crawford. He admires Crawford's all-around ability, speed, power, footwork, southpaw jab, and intelligence, calling him the purest boxer in the sport. Davis argued Crawford can beat anyone, even Canelo. While acknowledging Canelo's durability, he stopped short of guaranteeing a stoppage but predicted Crawford will win. Fans online are buzzing, with some insisting Crawford's speed and finesse make him unbeatable, while others question whether his skills can hold up at 168 pounds. Analysts already label this matchup as one of 2025's biggest, with some calling it an all-time great fight, and others doubting Crawford's resume at the higher weight.
I don't like the fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, has divisions. You know what I mean? You know?
Right. Weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes for And Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and three more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
Can Canelo withstand the challenge, or is Crawford operating on another level? Share your opinion in the comments below.